What is good, YouTube? Quinn Way coming to y'all with an analysis breakdown on the number 2 overall pick, Alex Sarr. He's really good at getting to the basket and cutting. If you don't pay attention and keep him on your radar, he can catch you slipping and go fast to the rim and dunk. He's very athletic, very mobile, and he's very lean, so he can get to the basket real quickly and punish you if you don't pay attention. And this is his strongest attribute as a big. You expect him to be able to be strong enough and fast enough and quick enough to finish at the rim, and he can do it with the best of them. And I like the fact that you don't even have to set a screen for him sometimes. And his 3 point shooting is something that's a work in progress. It's something that he's slowly adding to his game, but you still have to pay attention to him because you leave him too open. He can set his feet, follow through, get the rotation that he needs, and he can knock down threes too. Most big men, you want him to be able to finish at the rim, pass, and shoot a three because of the dribble handoffs, and he's able to do all those things. But the 3 point shot is something that's slowly coming for his development. And I like the fact that he also can set a screen and be a pick and pop type of guy. Not great at it yet. Teams close out on him a little bit because they do respect it and they play him close. And if he wants to dribble and take a shot, he can't make those type of shots right now. He's showing the confidence that he's not afraid to take them, but contested threes is not his strongest ability right now, and most big men are starting to do that even from the mid range. He can't really handle the ball and get into a shot at the same time. He kind of needs somebody to set him up before he can get to a decent shot. As you can see, him playing in the pick and roll or setting screens, and these are the wild, crazy shots he ends up taking. Even in the mid range, it's just he gets stuck in the air because guys are just as big and as strong as him now, and just as athletic as him. So it's no longer an advantage, and he doesn't really have the handles either to be able to get past these guys and finish. And these guys can just stand still and try to force him to finish over the top. He's not as big as strong as most centers in the NBA, and they take full of that advantage of that body and their length to be able to contest their shots. But the one thing he will contribute the most outside of going to the rim is his defense. This guy covers a lot of space. He's very good laterally. He can guard guards, he can guard forwards, he can guard centers and use his length and his size to his full advantage. That's the number one reason why he was drafted so high is that he can rebound well, he can protect the paint at an elite level, and I can see that paying off real well. But the dribble handoff game is something that he really has mastered, and he just got good court vision. He's an unselfish guy that's always looking for his teammates. I think his strongest thing was always getting a rebound, especially if it's offensive and resetting the offense or passing it to the top of the key for a three or for another dribble handoff. Or he can just be possibly a post player that can find cutters and allow them to get easy opportunities that way, even if he doesn't kick it out. But that's the power of Alex Sarr, being able to understand what he's supposed to do when he's out there on the court. Be interesting to see how Alex Sarr continues to perform in the NBA, because if he can be a double double and a guy that can get you 3 to 4 assists in a game because of the dribble handoffs, because of the offensive rebounds, because of the deflections and the blocks that he can get, and it can lead to transition, that could be a good thing for them because they felt that he was probably the best prospect that they can get in the draft at that position. And it made sense. Like, you can get a two-way player that you don't have already on your roster. Why not go that direction? But it is some other great centers in the draft. He's always going to be compared to those guys as his career continues to go, and theirs too. But Alex Sarr was a guy that I was surprised and I was kind of conflicted on watching him in summer league, like a lot of other people, because you do wonder if you can't shoot the mid range, you're not great at shooting threes, and we know you're going to try to get to the basket. What more can you do offensively? And I think that's the biggest question mark with Alex Sarr. What is he really going to be in the NBA level offensively? Because he's not even weighing 210 pounds. He came in at 205 and he's a 7 footer. So we know that he ain't going to be a bruiser. We know he might not be the greatest rebounder out the gate, but it's just fun to see him use that length, that speed, that quickness, and that size to his advantage. And we starting to see him getting took away a little bit, as there's so many 7 footers already in the NBA. That's just not the advantage that he has anymore. Now he's kind of forced to bulk up. He's going to be forced to be more physical. He's going to have to use his strength more just to battle against these colossus and these titans in the NBA. But I am going to be skeptical about him because the 3 point shooting is something that every team is going to guard and play him different on. And we're going to see if he can get the handles, which is possible. But I don't really know if it's going to add up to making his offense significantly better because you still going to score on a 7 footer. And some power forwards in the league are already quick and fast and mobile too, like the Kevin Durant's and the Giannis's. So you always got to have those guys out there as help defenders and guys that can see it coming or guys that's going to read the scouting report because most great teams do because the coaching staff forces them to so they can get the best out of their defense. I'm going to always be like, I like Alex Sarr. I like what he can do. I like what he does defensively. I like the fact that he's a willing, knowing passer and makes the right decision when it comes to passing. And I like that he's very patient. And I like the fact that he is a guy that's team friendly. He knows his role, he knows his game, and he knows what he's trying to do for the most part. But offensively, it's going to be something that's going to probably hold him from being a potential all star if he can't figure it out or he can't get the size or he can't use his strength. And then the rebounds is going to come with playing the minutes, getting the opportunity, and being able to box out and use that length, to his advantage to get to the boards faster. So is going to be a guy that a lot of people going to look at and say he should have it figured out. But like we said, these last two drafts, you're really getting great complementary players that can go with a star, that can go with a superstar, as they can play well off of them and they able to just execute what they need to do as finishers. I just need you to catch and finish, catch and go. And I think that if you put him with a great point guard, Alex Sarr can get good at pick and pop threes and mid ranges. And I think that if you guard him too close, he can put the ball on the floor enough to where he can get a layup or a dunk or to the free throw line. And that's going to be depending on who his guard play going to be in his future in a career that he might have. And that's going to really be the big factor of we know you can get it because you got the minutes and you have the opportunity as a rookie. So we have to put you in the conversation because we respect your game. But I don't really see a point guard that can unlock the best out of Alex Sarr this year. And if they do find that guy, they can be, a team on the rise, especially if he continues to add muscle and be able to play that center position or even play the four because he is quick enough, long enough, and fast enough to guard some fours. And he showed that defensively, even in summer league, even in preseason so far. So I'm a guy that just want to be a wait and see on Alex Sarr. I'm not going to say bust. I'm not going to say he's overrated. I'm not going to say he didn't deserve the number 2 pick. He does exactly what we thought he would be doing when we saw the footage overseas. He's doing it in preseason. He's doing it in the summer league. He just can't score as well as we thought that he probably could because the NBA defense is already prepared and they already on the same level when it comes to length and strength. They have an advantage on him too. So he's a work in progress physically, mentally. He has to read the floor better. He has good court vision when it comes to passing and understanding the situation and how to get the ball to his teammates and how to get the ball back. But can he knock down those shots, especially from the perimeter? And how is he going to be able to get to finish in the rim when guys are holding him tight or playing man-to-man defense? That's going to be the question. If you guard Sarge straight up, what can he really do? What's his going to be his bread and butter? Can he even develop a shot, that he can do in a one-on-one situation instead of always being the guy that's out playing the opponent defensively or offensively? Those are strengths. He can use those to the best of his ability, but he doesn't really have no individual game or no one-on-one game, and he has to rely on somebody creating a shot for him to be great, like most centers do. That's role players, but that don't really set well for the all-time greats or a guy that you see as a number 2 pick that comes with the territory. People going to be watching, people going to be wanting to see if you can do it or you can't do it, and you're going to be under a magnifying glass to see if you can. But I also will say that I have seen guys still make the all-star team, Dikembe and DeAndre Jordan and Ben Wallace, just being so great at their defensive role, even if they didn't score a lot of points, they still was able to make all-star teams because they were just that great and that dominant. Even a Rudy Gobert, I can give you a double double. I'm not going to be able to post up. I'm not going to be the best perimeter scorer, but I can still contribute that great defensively, and I can still rebound at an elite level. I can still get my putbacks, get my and ones and that totals up to double figures, and I'm an all-star for a couple seasons because Rudy Gobert has been a guy with the same type of package, just way better high IQ, way better understanding of the game, but that comes with playing in the league for a long period of time. And most people still get on Gobert case because that's all he is, but that's enough to possibly be a Hall of Famer like Ben Wallace. And if you're going to be that guy, and that's the best you can be, you still can be a Hall of Famer by relishing in that role and exceeding expectations as a defender and still just be a modern day big. I can hit the mid range, I can hit the three if it's open. If not, I can just go back to doing the handoff. I can go back to giving it back to the guard. And if it's still 5 seconds on the clock, we can still get a quality shot because all I gotta do is set a screen and then I can try to get open or help the guy get open for a basket, which he does very good because he does understand that that's another way to attack the defense. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. If you're new to the channel, I got breakdown just like this, even with legends, even with icons of the game. And I got basketball conversations through the day, every day, basically all year round for the most part. And I would say if you've been on the channel, you may miss the video or you may be busy. And just a reminder, continue to check my channel for content that you may want to see or you may have missed throughout the year, throughout the day, throughout the months. And I appreciate that y'all liking, sharing, and continuing to watch through all the years. And that's what keep me going. And I will just see you guys later with an instant analysis later today.